It's always a good sign when I take more time in formulating the best of 2023 list versus the worst. I haven't been more crystal clear about the worst of 2023. It's just because of the abominations that we saw this year. I also don't want to become like sappy with one of the last videos of the year by saying that I just wanted to thank everyone for just the constant support in the channel. A lot of the opportunities that I get and a lot of what I get to do is because you consistently come here. And what I love is that we might disagree several times, but it's always civil and we're not trying to cancel each other constantly. So I love that we've built this community together where we get into these random but intense debates in the comments. So I want to thank you again, and let's get to the video, the worst of 2023. Number 10 goes to Yaariyan 2. You just don't mess with the sense of simplicity and nostalgia that is especially dear to the people from a state. This precisely was what Bangalore Days meant to the people from the state of Kerala. And when you absolutely butcher such a loved Malayalam film with the most over-the-top acting and a depiction of the bond among cousins to transition from organic and heartfelt to artificial and forced, I could not help but hate Yaariyan 2 with a passion. The pursuit for Divya Khosla Kumar to prove her acting chops continues, and I wonder how long this never-ending battle will carry on. My sincere apologies to Anjali Menon and team for the abomination that was this film. A long-running T-series music video that deafened the dialogues in order to compensate for the incompetence of actors in front of camera. Number 9 goes to Veera Simha Reddy. My admiration and love for Balaya might be not as long as most of the Telugu viewers on this channel, but starting 2023 with Veera Simha Reddy should be a crime. Quite contrary to Bhagwan Kesari, which was at least fun, Veera Simha Reddy was an assault to the senses. Visually seeing the pair of Balaya and Shruti Hassan romance on the big screen and Honey Rose play Balaya's mother was just the icing on the cake. If I only knew a girl can fall in love with you if she falls on a pile of cocaine, and if I make her viral on TikTok, then I would have applied this Balaya raise way in advance in my life. A movie that should not be forgiven just under the pretext of it being a Sankranti release. We deserved better. Number 8 goes to Kabzaa. The hunt for pan-Indian success also saw many makers getting too desperate to simply mimic the style and form of already proven products. These projects did not seem to be the personal want or need of a creator to make something unique, but bank on the color palette, scale and genre that most fans are used to, hoping and praying they can lap up the mediocrity in front of them and sing praises of it. Kabzaa was a poor man's KGF that would be rejected by the downtrodden and helpless. The film provided Ravi Basroor's most forgettable act with the score, had dialogues introducing characters like "एक बार उसने entry किया तो enter the dragon दिखा के रहेगा," and lacked any form of emotional depth with its romantic subplot. I could only respect and root for a legend like Upendra for so long, but this was essentially a slog beyond reprieve. Nothing beats the makers celebrating a 100 crore success party within 2 days. Number 7 goes to Agent. A film that went through several delays and finally released this year with abysmal reviews was the Akhil Akineni starrer Agent. Going by the catchphrase "Sala Nahi, Wild Sala Bol," the movie, its premise, its execution, its placement of songs, its antagonist, its attempt to capitalize on Mammootty's star presence, nothing helped its cause. Aimed at showcasing Akhil on the national map as a pan-Indian star, the film was nothing short of embarrassing. You know a project is doomed when the producers themselves publicly take blame for the movie's failings, and also mention that the script was not even finalized as they started shooting. The film is illogical in so many ways. Killing people to impress a boss to get hired as a raw agent? I mean, raw agent बनने के लिए रोडीज का ऑडिशन चल रहा था इस फिल्म में. मेरी सिलेक्शन हो गई है. An unintentionally funny villain, God played by Dino Moria, and a NASA aspirant heroine who leaves the job at the drop of a hat because who would not fall for our dashing hero? Nothing really could save this film. Not even Mammootty. Number 6 goes to Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan. Tiger Zinda Hai and glimpses of Bharat was probably the last time we saw Salman Khan give his blood, sweat and tears to a role. Ever since then, there has been a huge sense of lethargy in not only his performances but body language in front of camera. Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan was nothing short of a practical joke on the audience. You want pan-India? Yeah, we'll just get Venkatesh and Jagapati Babu and make a mockery out of the original Tamil film and shoot most of it in one location, the most posh-looking basti in Delhi you'll ever see. And we'll make a well-respected Olympic athlete the antagonist and make sure he completely embarrasses himself. We'll make Bhai sport long hair, do the most unintentionally funny choreography, and share the most platonic romantic chemistry with the female lead, and make the Chingadpod supporting cast just sing praises of the lead. When you hear this, you realize the thought process that went into Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan.
जहाँ कैमरे लगेंगे वो सब सलमान सर बता देंगे वो क्या क्या है क्या नहीं है और डायरेक्टर हैं वहाँ पर बता देंगे और वो मजे करो सिर्फ वहाँ.
Number 5 goes to Fukrey 3. I am all for slapstick fun, but I haven't been more enraged by a Bollywood comedy in ages than I was when I saw the third installment of Fukrey, a movie that is solely based on juvenile potty susu jokes. And in 2023, one has assumed that this is the acceptable state of comedy in commercial cinema? I don't buy it. You know the standard comment on Instagram Reels on comedy sets? It's hasna tha kya? And this is what I exactly felt through the running time of this torturous film. Gags involving nylon ki chaddi, cleaning a kid's behind, and dialogues like याद है एक बार तेरी छिल गई थी पत्थर से potty साफ करते थे. I just can't. Using foreign actors as the butt of jokes was even more problematic in my opinion. Varun, I know you're getting maximum eyes with Chucha, but it's time to diversify because I can only root for you for so long. This one was horrible. Number 4 goes to Skanda. A film that I caught on far too late was the legendary Boyapati Srinu's creation Skanda. This Ram Potineni starrer is probably the most memed film of 2023, especially by the Telugu film community. I mean, if with all seriousness, a character is going to state that an ethical hacker got the highest package of the decade, you're bound to laugh on the absurdity that is seen on screen. This film is just a combination of slow motion shots, wide-eyed politicians, random explosions, loud background scores, unintentionally funny music. I highly recommend you check out Cult Mama, by the way, with Urvashi Rotela. And the worst of all, it has the most absurd plot I may have ever seen this year. If Bagban was a Sakranti commercial action film, it would be this movie. Boya is a legend for his seriousness in the absurd, especially going full na sar na pair in the climax of this film. Imagine an entire romantic angle being a hero calling the heroine average. I wonder how Srilala is even differentiating between the projects she's doing. It's all just the same thing in every film. This one was nothing short of an acid trip. Number 3 goes to Ganapath. Imagine you give bangers like Queen and Super 30 and go on to create Ganapath. Everyone anticipated that if Vikas Behel is making a post-apocalyptic film that has Amitabh Bachchan in it, it has to be something unique and special, right? Nope. The film is the most low-effort movie making that assumes the audience to be fools. High concept हगने चले गया था और हमें वही बागी वाला टाइगर मिला who is beating up Hunger Games extras for fun. जबरदस्ती My Glam और Magic Moments की पेड प्रमोशन चल रही थी फिल्म के टाइम. 2070 हो गया और प्रोडक्ट प्लेसमेंट में अभी भी कोई सटलिटी नहीं है. A poor premise, rudimentary CGI, terrible performances, and one of the biggest disasters of 2023. Tiger needs a rebrand too. Number 2 goes to Meter, a film that even the loyal Telugu film audience avoided as they saw its trailer. It's a movie having little to no logic as a man having an aversion to the police force inadvertently gets selected. He likes a girl who he saved from goons. One wonders why the goons were following the girl, right? So one gets to know through an anecdote by her father that his daughter hates men. This is because her sister was left by her husband 2 months after their marriage. This made the elder sister commit suicide. Due to this traumatic event, the heroine of the film believes that all men are evil, and her solution to this feeling is if she gets ever approached by a man, she throws acid on their face. This is not a villain origin story, but this is showcased through a comedic lens. The film is tone deaf, illogical, and all under the guise of mass cinema develops into an embarrassing tale that I wonder about sometimes. How the hell does it even get approved? Number 1 goes to the legendary Adipurush. For all the promises of an epic, for all the anticipation of a Prabhas return, for all that Om Rao delivered with Tanaji and got our hopes up, the teaser drop of Adipurush is forever etched in film discourse memory. Nothing has caused more outrage than the PlayStation 1 graphics we saw, and we were still consistently told that we may be jumping the gun with our assessment. They tried everything from cheap PR tactics to disaster management interviews, but nothing could save this colossal disaster. Dialogues like Tere Bua ka बगीचा है क्या जो हवा खाने चले आया? हनुमान जी was almost made a random mass hero, saying things like जो हमारी बहनों को हाथ लगाएगा उनकी लंका लगा देंगे. This was a mess, both from a writing POV and visually. Meghnad looking like a Rajori Garden tattoo artist and Saif looking like a prime 2020 TikTok star. This was not the Ramayana I remember. फ्रेम्स को कितना ही डिम कर लोगे कि हम खोट नहीं ढूंढ पाए. Yugo Sako for the win, and we are still waiting for the release of the epic Ramayana of 1992. Trust me, it will be celebrated if it ever released. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below of what you thought was the worst film of 2023. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.